This week's edition of NJBIA's Minding Your Business is brought to you in part by AT&T, helping family, friends, and neighbors connect in meaningful ways every day. PPAC Gladstone Bank, known nationally and in New Jersey for providing unparalleled client service, integrity, and trust for over 100 years. New Jersey's community colleges, aligning education to build an innovative workforce. Find out how your business can benefit at njpathways.org. And by New Jersey Business Magazine, providing critical information needs for New Jersey's business community for more than 66 years.
Welcome to NJBI's Minding Your Business. I'm Bob Considine. Well, CGI, one of the largest IT and business consulting firms in the world, has a strong new addition here in New Jersey. Sean Kennedy, a well-known government affairs professional in the state, recently joined CGI as its New Jersey director, and he's here with us today. Sean, thanks for being here.
Bob, thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
All right, so I know you're new to this gig.
Yeah.
What can you tell the folks about CGI?
One of the largest IT and business solution companies in the world, 90,000 members.
Wow.
Really trying to make and grow the presence in New Jersey, which was really what attracted me. Recently opened their New Jersey headquarters in New Brunswick.
Right.
So I looked at it as just a great opportunity to help a company that I've been immensely impressed with since I got to know some of the folks there. Build their New Jersey operation, and I think there's a lot of great opportunity there.
Yeah, totally. How did you land at CGI? Many of the folks here in Trenton know who you are.
Yep.
How did you get to New Brunswick via CGI?
Yeah, no, it's so interesting story. I mean, listen, first of all, my most recent job was the government affairs and external partnerships at Rowan University. Mm-hmm. And Rowan, as my alma mater, I love the opportunity to be there, love the opportunity to help them grow. While I was there, they became the third fastest growing research university in the country. Yeah. So a lot of great things, and I would have been immensely happy being at Rowan, for another, several years.
Yeah.
I got to know Mike Regan, who is the senior vice president at CGI. Mm-hmm. I was fortunate enough to be on the Governor Murphy and Choose New Jersey had a trade mission to Ireland last spring. And really just a great trip. Again, honored to be a part of that. And I got to know a lot of people in the business community who were there representing their companies. Mike was one of them. I was immensely impressed with Mike. I shared a lot of his values. Yeah. And when the opportunity presented itself, again, it was more of, wow, this is a great opportunity to work with a company that really has a lot of room to grow and great people and great values that it was hard to turn down.
It's funny, Sean, you mentioned that trip to Ireland, and I think George Helmy was on that trip, the governor's chief of staff. And as we taped today, I guess he announced he was going to kind of leave the administration to go on to something else. What are your thoughts about George?
Well, first of all, I wish him nothing but the best. George is a great friend. Most people in New Jersey don't know who George Helmy is, but I can guarantee you everyone in New Jersey will miss him. There was no more consummate professional in that role than George, maybe ever, and a great friend. And again, New Jersey will sorely miss him and wish him all the best.
Great. Talk more, Sean, about CGI. How do they help both state and county governments with digital?
Yeah, so ironically, I'm the president of the tax board in Burlington County.
That's interesting.
So that's one place where I've seen, CGI is not involved there, but that's one place where I've seen firsthand this shift from immense amount of paper records to the digitalization. Right. CGI helps run all of that sort of backroom infrastructure. Right. So they're involved in everything. Not only do they obviously help businesses, which we'll obviously talk about being at NJBIA, but they're also great at helping government. And so that's one of the reasons why I was attracted to it. It gives me a chance not only to utilize some of the experience, knowledge, contacts, relationships that I have in the government side, but also in the business side.
Yeah.
So that's one of the things I think that was most attractive to me about it.
Yeah, I'm thinking if you're working for the Burlington County tax
Board. Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
And they need some help digitally.
Absolutely.
You know a guy. You know yourself.
No, but I think, seeing firsthand how necessary the government really needs to. We always talk about kind of streamlining and making things easier, making things work better, making things more affordable.
Right.
And part of that is what CGI does. It helps all those sort of backroom processes work better.
Yeah.
Listen, cutting edge technology. A lot of people in New Jersey don't know CGI.
Right.
CGI, it's funny, they're involved in a lot of places in New Jersey. They're involved in different counties. They're intimately involved in Ocean County, for example. They've worked over 30 years in different state departments, the DEP,
Right.
The Treasury.
Yeah.
And a lot of people who are involved and work in those places don't really know because they're kind of just the ones making things run.
Yeah.
But it's also good because it gives you an opportunity to kind of tell that story. And that's one of the things that I'm looking forward to doing is telling people what CGI can do, what they have done in New Jersey, and then hopefully take that to another level.
Yeah. I'm thinking, I used to work for state government too, and some of the programs were, I don't know if they were written in COBOL at one point, but they were a little dated, And sometimes I think there needs to be a recognition that they need to make the improvements. I'm also wondering if there's some that are already digitized, but they still need more technology. Maybe it's an older form of digital transformation.
Yeah, listen, the technology that CGI has is literally the best in the world. And what we want to try to do with Mike and then James Titus, who also helps oversee a lot of what we're trying to do in New Jersey, is to tell that story and tell people what they can do. Mike Regan always tells the story. You're not going to see CGI, on somebody's hat on Sunday at the Masters, like Accenture and some of our other, sort of global competitors.
Yeah, sure.
But what you're going to see is people tell the story about what CGI can do, how it has helped, and then us to try to tell that story on a local, a local level.
How about for businesses or corporations? How can you help them?
In every way. I mean, the CGI right now is already intimately involved in several, large companies in New Jersey: Johnson & Johnson, Merck, PSE&G.
Biggie.
So what we want to try to do is take that, and I think what has been great for me is that, with Mike, he has recognized that a lot of my experience, a lot of my relationships are not solely tied to the government or the political side. There's a lot of business relationships, and I think that we can continue to help tell that story.
Right. Do you have a preference? What you prefer, working in business or the government side?
I like both. I think sometimes people in government misunderstand the way business works, and I think sometimes people in business misunderstand the way government works. I think having done both, I think I can effectively kind of tell that story, what works, what doesn't work, and try to and try to help implement the solutions that will work depending on what the area is.
Right. And I know cost is always a factor no matter what we're talking about, but isn't it true though, if you're getting an upgraded system, for lack of a better term, you're having more efficiencies. You're going to make money on the other end, I guess.
Listen, absolutely. It makes the county run better. It makes the municipality run better, the state, whatever the department is, the business. It helps the employees. It helps the business infrastructure. It saves everything, everything you can imagine, both on the front end and the back end.
Yeah, and sometimes governments will have workforce issues, private companies have workforce issues, and now when you're doing data migration, you might be filling some job gaps that might exist at these companies.
Yeah, there's, first of all, no question. Second of all, I think over the last few years, we've seen a shift to more virtual and people being able to do things remotely. CGI will obviously make that much easier and certainly better for any business or government.
CGI is also trying to move the needle with some DE&I initiatives. And right now, I guess you got a women's mentorship program. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, again, great story, and again goes back to Mike Regan and a lot of the values that really attracted me to him and CGI. He attended your women's leadership event last year. was so impressed, came back. We're actually sponsoring it this year. So we're intimately involved in it. And he began a women's mentorship program at CGI.
Wow.
So it's something that he takes seriously, something the company takes seriously, and I think goes to the values of the company.
Yeah, and I'll end on this note. With all that good stuff going on, with your transition, all the DEI stuff, if I had you back here in September, it's a year from now, what goals will you have hoped to have achieved for CGI?
Yeah, listen, great question. What I want to do, what I have begun to do, is try to have intimate relationships with people that I think I've earned their trust over the years in different capacities, and try to explain to them how CGI can help them, right? And it's the kind of thing where, again, even before I came here, getting to know Mike and having worked in different sectors, right? Whether it was in government, education, political, whatever it might be. Not a lot of people knew about CGI, and even when they have it, they don't really know what it is or what it's doing. So I want to be able to have those conversations with people, both in government and in the private sector, and talk about how CGI can be helpful. And part of the goal is to try to help, right? It's to try to help find solutions. That's what we do. So I'm hoping that we can, if we sit down here in 6 months or a year, that we're talking about a lot of the successes. Because if we have success, then we're making New Jersey government run better, more efficiently, more affordable for the taxpayers, and we're helping businesses make more money. And I think at the end of the day, that's why NJBIA has been so successful.
Oh, well, Sean, you've been great at this. I know you're gonna be Mr. Solution for CGI.
Let's hope so.
We'll look forward to talking to you about it in a year or so.
Great.
Thanks for being here.
Bob, thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
We'll be back right after these words.
You're first. First to respond. First to put others' lives before your own. And in an emergency, you need a network that puts you first, that connects you to technology and each other, that's built with and for first responders. FirstNet, the only officially authorized wireless network for first responders. Because putting you first is our job.
We are made to connect. Stepping into limitless possibilities. As we create with purpose, influencing the culture as we rise. Contributing to a world of inspiration.
We are Black Future Makers.
Welcome back to NJBIA is Minding Your Business. I'm Bob Considine. Well, here at NJBIA, we love stories of small businesses overcoming obstacles. But how about a New Jersey small business that actually gives you the opportunity to overcome the ultimate mobile obstacle course? Lauren Borawski is the co-founder of the very fun and ever-growing Child's Play Challenge courses, and she's here with us today. Lauren, thanks so much for being here.
Oh, thanks for having me. I'm so excited.
Yeah, it's been a while. We wanted to get you in here. The one thing I thought, I really want to hear your story about how you created this, but explain to the folks more, better than I just did, about this business.
Absolutely. So Child's Play Challenge courses, like you said, is a mobile obstacle course business. We're dedicated to keeping folks of all ages and all abilities healthy and active in a fun and motivational setting. So we're all about creating experiences that bring people together beyond the reliance of social media and excessive screen time to unplug and play. So we go to you. We're mobile, and we come to you for a wide variety of events, indoors or outdoors. So we'll do birthday party right in your own backyard. We do block parties and carnivals and corporate team building and street fairs and festivals. We go to schools. We have enrichment programs. We go to the camps. And we also do a lot with the special needs community. So it really is fun and motivational for all walks of life.
That is great. Now, why did you start the small business?
So my husband, Matt, so we own the business together, and he was working at our local gym as a fitness instructor, and he was also working in the child care center because he loved working with kids. And a parent came up to him one day and said, you're so good with these kids. I have a block party coming up. Please come to my street. keep these kids busy, do something sports related.
Oh, that's cool.
So we thought about, all right, what are we going to do? And I remembered, okay, my husband Matt loves doing Tough Mudders and Spartan races.
Oh,
and
don't we all?
Oh, don't, not me.
Me either.
And he loves to build things, and he has a graphic design background. So I said, all right, why don't you build them an obstacle course? And he did, and he did.
That's quite an entry for the honey-do list.
Yeah, but he did, and so we threw it all in the back of our car, and we went out to this block party, and he also made certificates and prizes for the kids, and it was a huge success that day. People loved it, and the parents were out there, and the kids were out there, and everybody was playing together. And they were like, this is great, you came right to us. They said, what else do you do? Do you do birthday parties? Do you do school events? And we were like, we don't do anything else. But we thought this was a one-day thing. But it was then that we said, okay, we have a business here. This can be a thing.
Yeah. And how long ago was that?
That was in 2015.
2015, so this is things are moving quick here. What you gotta, when you want to take a leap of faith like that, you gotta really think about it. So, was it a hard decision for you to do that?
You
had
funny.
your own career too, correct?
I did. I had my own career, and I had worked the past 30 years in television and the performing arts as a stage manager, an operations manager, an event manager. So I had logistics like flowing through my blood.
Right.
And my husband had always worked with kids. He had done, working for other organizations. He had done birthday parties, and he taught karate to children. He loved working with kids.
Right.
I don't think we thought about it too much, to be honest with you. We just said, okay, this is a great idea. Because it grew so slow. It grew slowly in the beginning. Like, I thought this is a great thing for him to do, make some extra money on the side. I never thought it was going to be as big as it became.
Right.
So we spent all of the money we had, putting the business together and building obstacles that we could start off with. And so no, it wasn't much of a thought process in the beginning. As funny as that sounds, we just went for it.
And I was wondering, that's not one of the things you say in your vows. I promise to have a business with you at some point.
Yeah.
So had that worked out too? Working out that balance, home and business.
It's a real challenge. I mean, I'm not going to say that was easy. We're two extremely different people, which is why the business works so well. Complete opposites, right? I have all the logistics and the planning, and he has all the creativity and being able to go out there with the kids. It took a while. It took a little while to learn, like, how do we do this?
Right.
And you have to just stay in your own lane. I think that's the most important thing. And then, those lanes are going to cross, right? And you just have to be very respectful of the other individual and listen to them and hear them. It was a challenge.
That's
it definitely was.
And 2015, you get the idea, and pretty soon, a few years into it, we're almost in COVID territory. So how did that impact your business?
Honestly, we flourished during the pandemic. We did. Well, in the beginning, it was rough. It's not easy owning a business that relies on shared, equipment and social gatherings, right, during a pandemic.
Yeah.
So in the beginning, everything shut down. We shut down. And the first thing that happened were the birthday parties were canceled. Yeah. And we felt so bad for those kids. It's like so much was going on, and you're a little kid, and now you can't even have a birthday party.
Definitely could relate to that.
So we thought, how can we reach them? What can we do for them? And I remembered seeing on social media, people were drawing obstacle courses in chalk on their sidewalks. And I saw a couple of video clips, and I said, wait a minute, that's a good idea. We can do that. So of course, we took it to the next level. Right. So Matt created templates, and he rigged up a spray gun with chalk and water, and he got a portable generator, and we went to the birthday child's house the day this party was supposed to be. The kids didn't know we were coming. The parents knew, but and we sprayed down this 2D version of our obstacles right on their sidewalk, and we had a medal for them, and we made a big sign, and we had a megaphone and a siren, and we were socially distanced on the curb, calling out the child. So that was something that we did. And I mean, the kids loved it. That became very popular in itself. Like, we were doing it for free, just to make a difference for folks, to keep them active. Right. And then people were calling us that didn't have parties and said, we heard about this chalk challenge course. We want this. So a chalk challenge course. And we just we charged a minimal fee, just to pay for the chalk. Sure. You know what I mean? And we were just going all over New Jersey. But then quickly, about June, the phone started ringing. So all the camps that stayed open, they couldn't go off site on trips. Okay. They needed to keep these kids busy every day at their camp. So we come to you, right? So we came to the camps, and we're outdoors. And we kept it all outdoors, although we can go indoors. And we had a protocol in place. We had a sanitizing station at the first obstacle. We socially distanced the kids on the obstacles, and we made it work. And we ended up, we had a waiting list that year. We ended up we pivoted on another thing we did. And in the fall, because we have a beautiful after-school enrichment program that we bring to the schools. It's an 8-week-ish program. We couldn't do those. So I had heard about people doing pods in their homes. You know, all the kids were going to certain houses in their bubble where they felt safe. And I said, all right, let's bring the enrichment program to the backyard. So it became the backyard enrichment program. And we went from doing 5 of them a week. I think we were doing about 15 a week when we were doing the backyard, because we were just, he was getting in his car and we were bringing in obstacles out and going one house to the next to the next. So, and that became very popular as well. So we just kept going.
Yeah, that's great. It's amazing. And you overcame your own obstacles, it seemed like, for your obstacle business. Tell us about the obstacles. What are the kids and adults, if they choose to, what are they experiencing?
So they're real military ninja-inspired obstacles. So no inflatables for us. And my husband built everything. So they're wooden obstacles, very sturdy and rugged looking. And we have a rock wall, and there's a balance plank, and tires, and floating ninja steps, and hazard walls, and cargo net, and there's 9 different obstacles, monkey bars that we'll bring out too.
Noodle something?
The Noodle Tower is a fun but the little ones love it. So the toddlers love everyone loves the Noodle Tower.
Right. I heard noodle. I thought it was a plate of pasta when I heard it.
No, that would be messy.
And so, what is the business model? If you can kind of, in broad terms, what is the business model? You have your staff, and you have the cost of creating the equipment and maintaining it, versus the charge for basically, hosting people.
Yeah, that was a decision, a very conscious decision in the beginning, is do we want to be brick and mortar or do we want to be mobile? And right away we said, you know what, there are so many ninja gyms out there, and I didn't want to compete with them. And the reason we were so popular that day was because we came to them. And this is something no one else is doing, to the level that we're doing it. So we chose to be mobile. So it's home-based, mobile business that goes to the location. We have, my husband and I are, full-time, both of us now running the business. The 2 of us, we have so many different skill sets that we're able to do that. And we have a team of gig-based employees, a lot of teachers and fitness professionals and college and high school students that come out and help us.
But you don't have like 2 of each obstacle, so you can do 2 parties in one day?
We can. We have 3. We have 2 trucks, and in our busier time in the summer, this past summer, we rented a 3rd truck. And we still had lists of people that were interested on us. So, we can get more trucks out there. It's a matter of staffing. That's a challenge at times, is to finding the lead people to be able to run this.
And are you franchising this business now?
We did. So we were getting calls from all over the country. We still do, from people who say, I've never seen anything like this. Can you come to us? And they were saying, please, all over the country, Canada, people were reaching out. And we said, okay, we've got to expand to meet the demand, is what we say. So the next logical step was franchising. So we became a franchise just recently, and we're talking to some really great leads right now. So that is the next step.
And if people want to franchise, can they just contact you? Is that how it works?
Yeah.
Okay, that's awesome.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we'll get it to the website in a second. And I'd be remiss, earlier this year, Lauren, you were named the 2023 New Jersey Small Business Person of the Year by the U.S. Small Business Administration. That's a huge honor. Not many people get to experience this. So what did that mean to you?
Oh, it was what an experience, a once in a lifetime experience. And I have to shout out to my to the New Jersey Small Business Development Centers. There's 11 of them throughout the state of New Jersey that operate under the Small Business Administration. And we go to the one at the time at Kean University, and our advisor nominated me for the award of representing Child's Play Challenge courses. So we went to the White House. We were guests of President Biden. Matt and I both went together to kick off Small Business Week and representing the small businesses in New Jersey. A huge honor, and it's opened some doors, and it's just once in a lifetime opportunity.
Tremendous. So imagine, you think about that, you're at the White House, and 5 years ago you both were doing something completely different. So, you've been, we kind of see you a lot more. You're at the Women's Business Leaders Forum, powered by NJBI not too long ago. And, you're a member of Greater Westfield Chamber, I believe, as well. So are you kind of rising to a leadership role? Is that a goal for you right now?
I would love to be able to inspire other folks to start small businesses. I want to be a person that can motivate folks to see, look, she could do it, I can do it. You know, I left my corporate career behind after 24 years in the place I was at to franchise our business and focus on it. And I want other folks to know that you can do that. I think the worst thing that you can be is stuck in indecision. You know, one foot in one place and one foot in the other, and be stagnant. You know, and I want people to know that go with your gut. If you have a small business that you want to start up, you can do this. You know, and you'll find that if you make a move in a direction, that, you know, opportunities open up, and there are coincidences and synchronicities, and you know that's the universe talking to you, saying you're on the right path. So I hope that maybe in some way, I hope that I can inspire people to maybe to follow their path.
You have a very inspirational story, Lauren.
Oh, thank you.
And if people want to find out more about Child's Play Challenge courses, they can go to childsplaycc.com.
Yes.
Lauren Borawski, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much.
Okay. In closing today, we take you to the recently held Women Business Leaders Forum, powered by NJBIA, and a conversation we had with Epic Transformation CEO and social media consultant, Berdia Chambers, about always putting your best face forward. Take a look. All right, we're here with Berdia Chambers from Epic Transformation. Berdia, great day today. You did a branding panel right now.
Yes.
What was that like?
It was great. I love talking about branding, especially when it comes to social media. For me, everything, as I mentioned on the panel, has to do with being offline first, then online. So it's something that's near and dear to my heart because your brand goes with you with whatever you do and wherever you go.
Let's talk about Epic Transformation. What is this business that you have?
So Epic Transformation, and I got asked this question yesterday actually. It said, Epic Transformation, what exactly are you transforming? We transform the way people do business using social media. So we are a full service social media agency where we help individuals, small businesses, and organizations grow their business using social media.
Right. And do you find people who are coming to you, they really need the help? They don't know where to start? Is that pretty much how it goes?
Yes. So I have people who come to me who are not using social media, don't know where to start, and people who are using social media but not really using it, and they're not sure what to do. So our goal is to save them time, whether they're in a 9-to-5 or whether they're running their business, they don't have time. So we save them time and make it easy for them to integrate social media into their business.
Very good. You know, when you were up there, I was listening, you said that you yourself was an introvert, which I found really ironic because maybe you're in the wrong line of work for this, but how do you kind of square that? You're helping people push out in public, maybe you're a little private yourself.
I was private, not as private as I used to be, because I know that with social media, it's not just about the business. People want to know who they're doing business with. So yes, I'm still an introvert. However, I know that I had to change and modify and tweak certain things. So I still get my energy from going home at night and watching a movie, you know, not being around a crowd of people. However, I know that in order to really connect with people, which I enjoy doing, I felt like, you know, maybe the Myers-Briggs personality test didn't have me pegged 100% right, because I do enjoy talking to people. I do enjoy that face-to-face interaction. Even though the business is online, there's still a way to kind of integrate both. And I love the fact that I've been able to bring that into the company.
You know, it's been great. I was just watching you talk to people. And what's it like for you to kind of be a coach for them? I mean, you had a line waiting for you to talk to you.
I love it. I enjoy it. I love getting the questions, because also I get a lot of people who sometimes they don't know what to do. They're not sure where to start. And then they come to me and they understand exactly, well, what is the solution? What is the challenge that I'm having? So it's kind of like that coach in me that will ask them the questions. Like, one of the things that we do is we customize everything we do. So I love taking the time to get to know the person that I'm talking to. What are their challenges? What do they love? What are they passionate about? What's working well? That's the only way that we can tailor and customize the solutions in order to make sure that they're achieving whatever their goals are.
All right, so last question, Berdia. I know you're part of the Women Business Leaders Council, which kind of leads up to this big event, the Women's Business Leaders Forum.
Yes.
What's it like to see it all come together?
It's very rewarding. It's a satisfaction because first, the women on the council are great.
Yeah.
So, getting a chance, even though we're meeting like on Zoom, it's still a camaraderie, and as women, and especially as an entrepreneur, sometimes you can feel like you're on an island by yourself. Sometimes you can feel like, well, as an entrepreneur, am I the only one who's experiencing this? So being on the council, basically helps to continue with that women empowerment where we empower each other, and then also bring other women in business topics that help them personally and professionally.
Yeah, and the topics here have been just so
Absolutely.
wide-ranging and so great.
Absolutely.
All right,
Absolutely.
well, keep up the great work.
Thank you.
Bradia Chambers from Epic Transformation, thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Keep it up.
Thank you. I
You're right
appreciate
back.
it.
All right, thank you to Epic Transformation CEO Bradia Chambers, and thank you for joining us on NJBI is Minding Your Business. We'll see you next time.
Find out how your business can save at njbia.org.